inset shows a apical 5-chamber view from which the aortic stenosis jet is assessed using a continuous wave Doppler cursor. Aortic stenosis jet moves away from the transducer in this view and is displayed below the baseline. Velocity scale on the right side is in meters per second. Aortic regurgitation jet is seen above the baseline as the regurgitant flow into the left ventricle is towards the transducer kept at the left ventricular apex. AVV max, maximum velocity of aortic stenosis jet. AVV mean velocity of the aortic stenosis jet. AV max PG, maximum pressure gradient across the aortic valve. AV mean PG, mean pressure gradient across the aortic valve. AV VTI, velocity time integral across the aortic valve. AVNTI, aortic valve envelope time corresponds to the aortic ejection time. HR, heart rate. All gradients are measured in millimeters of mercury, velocities in meters per second, and heart rate in beats per minute. Envelope time is measured in millisecond and velocity time integral in centimeters. Conventionally, aortic stenosis has been classified to mild with peak gradient up to 50 millimeters of mercury, moderate with peak gradient between 50 to 75 millimeters of mercury, and severe with peak transvalvular pressure gradients above 75 millimeters of mercury. But gradients depend on flow, and low flow severe aortic stenosis with low gradients have been described. Low gradients can also occur in the presence of severe left ventricular dysfunction, which improves after treatment. There is a good correlation between Doppler-derived mean gradient and cath-derived gradients in aortic stenosis. A peak Doppler velocity of 4.5 meter per second or more and mean gradient of 50 millimeters of mercury or more has a high specificity above 90% for severe AS with cath-derived aortic valve area of 0.75 square centimeter or less. But the sensitivity of these measures was low, below 50%. Doppler echo estimates peak instantaneous gradient, while cardiac cath estimates peak-to-peak pressure gradient between the left ventricle and the aorta. Moreover, in critical aortic stenosis, Carabello effect can induce errors in the assessment of gradients because presence of the catheter itself increases severity of the orifice narrowing. Phenomenon of pressure recovery can also cause a difference between cath-derived gradient and Doppler-derived gradient in aortic stenosis. Pressure recovery is the increase of downstream pressure in AS due to reconversion of kinetic energy into potential energy. When pressure recovery is present, Doppler estimated gradients will be significantly higher than cath-derived gradients. Here are the important references on the topic.